This episode is brought to you by Squarespace.
Looks like I got this one all to myself for now. I'll take it. Well, here we are back in action for the hiking season of 2022. I'd consider this hike to be my first true one of the year. Just got back from Alaska, did a couple small ones there. But this is the first really nice hiking day of the season, and I'm starting it out by doing a classic here in the Alpine Lakes Wilderness, and that is Annette Lake. It's a very popular one, but I've never done it. I need to cross it off my list, so we're going to do that today. And besides, all the really exciting hikes that I'm looking forward to doing this summer are still a little bit impacted by heavy snow, so we got to wait for another heat wave to come in, some warm temps to melt it off before those areas become really accessible and possible to actually backpack at. So thought I'd just do a nice season warm up over here at Annette Lake.
Travel far, now retreating. I've longed for this place for so long. Now I lay me down and be long. And I breathe in the air fresh from the blessed Midwest. I am held by the forest where I go for rest, and washed by the waters of Lake Michigan. And wherever I go, I will return again to my home, the blessed Midwest. I am torn, I am bleeding.
Well, so far I'm really digging this hike. It's a very Washington-esque landscape out here. Dense forest, and you're passing a lot of rivers, streams, creeks. So a lot of beautiful things to look at. About halfway to the lake right now. So another couple of miles, a little less than 2 miles maybe. And I'm hoping that the light up there at the lake is somewhat decent. Try to get up here relatively early, but it's summer solstice today, so longest day of the year, which means I'll probably be dealing with that classic midday light, but it is what it is. Still a beautiful day, so cannot complain. I've stopped off at this waterfall because I think it may make for a good first photo. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be anything too noteworthy, but I always like getting a photo under the belt before I get to the lake. And I got some new NDs for the 55 that I'm going to throw on, try to smooth out the water a little bit. I think we got just enough light hitting the waterfall that it might be worth shooting. Gonna go with Portra 160. So yeah, I got these new ND filters that are magnetic, so they're super easy to snap on and off. And they come with a 2 to 5 hard stop and then a 6 to 9 hard stop. Just super nice. Those hard stop NDs are the way to go. So got it on 2 stops right now, and it's going to be about a 3-second exposure, f/16. Catching the first glimpse of the lake. We're here. Oh, nothing like a precarious creek crossing. All right, everyone. I have good news and I have bad news. Start with the good news. The hike was beautiful. And the lake is beautiful. The sun is out. Not really a cloud in the sky. And I'm looking at a beautiful waterfall across the lake. The bad news is the light right now is absolutely horrendous. Probably the harshest I've ever seen at any of my Alpine lake hikes, and this does not bode well for any type of photography. So I'm kind of a little bit worried, I'm not gonna lie, because I came up here to shoot some photos, and so far I've taken one photo and I've gotten to my destination and I don't see really one single photo to take. So I'm gonna worry about that in a little bit. For now, I'm gonna enjoy my lunch. All right, so I've had some time to think, and I've realized that I'm simply being a bitch right now. I'm in an absolutely gorgeous place, and although there's some horrendous light being cast upon the lake at the moment, that doesn't mean there's not beautiful things to photograph in the area. For example, I'm looking behind me, I'm seeing some really cool roots lining the ground. I'm looking out at the lake, I see the pattern and the texture of the ice floating on top of the water. So I think I'm gonna try to get outside of my comfort zone a little bit, photograph things that I definitely would not usually photograph. For me, I usually get to my destination, I throw the wide angle on and I try to capture, you know, these dramatic, vast vistas, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think they make for really, really cool photos, and I think those are the photos that I usually prefer, but I think in doing that, I miss a lot along the way, and there's a lot of beauty in the little things as well. So instead of just giving up and heading home, I'm gonna try to make the most of this situation, given the poor lighting conditions that I have right now. When life gives you lemons, make a vodka lemonade. And you know what? These photos might be absolute garbage, but I would seriously rather try something than nothing in this case scenario. Got the 105 on, throwing a 3-stop ND on the end, just because we're dealing with some very, very, very harsh highlights. This will help smooth things out just a tad. Gonna start off with this photo of the ice on top of the water. The lack of confidence I have that any of these will be cool is startling. Here I go, about to take a photo of tree bark. Yeah, so just like right on the water's edge, and you can just face me.
Smell, not smell?
Whatever you're feeling, man. All right, there we go. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Do you have an email or anything I can send it to?
Yeah.
Cool, let me grab it. Make a little video taking some photos today. Any chance I could grab a portrait of you? 3, 2, 1. Perfect, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Here, let me have you jot your email down. Stoked that I got a couple portraits in. I got 2 more shots on the Pentax. I'm not going to load up another roll. There's just not enough to photograph in the current lighting conditions, which quite honestly doesn't bother me at all. I'm just happy to be up here in a beautiful place on a beautiful day, getting some exercise in, enjoying the Alpine lakes. I'd be doing this with or without a camera. I mostly just feel bad for everybody watching the video when I only shoot like 1 roll of film, because I know this is kind of a photography oriented channel, and to come out and do stuff like this and only shoot you know, 10 images, and none of which are probably that good. Yeah, I feel like I'm not living up to my full potential, but hopefully you all understand. These things just happen sometimes. Sometimes the weather doesn't cooperate with you, sometimes things just don't align, and that's part of photography. It doesn't work out every time you come out to a location that you want to shoot at. Why didn't I bring my board shorts? Oh. One more to go. Excuse me. Quick question. Is there any chance I could grab a photo of you just sitting like that, looking out over the lake? Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you. Do you have an email or something I can send it to if you want it?
Sure.
What's your name?
Brae.
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 Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Well, enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You too.
Appreciate it. All right, everyone, that's gonna wrap up my time here at Annette Lake. Only shot one roll of film today. It's probably the least amount of rolls I've ever shot on one of my hikes, but as I said, sometimes you just gotta make the most of the situation, and I think I did that. Shot a few portraits, shot a couple of detailed photos that I would never take, and I still managed to get a couple wider landscapes of the lake itself. I don't think any of these photos are really gonna be that great, but it's a good day. Got outside, got some exercise in, and hiked to a place I've never been before. So I really have no complaints. All right, guys, thanks for watching today's video. Catch you next time, and look forward to a lot more hikes this summer. Take care. Peace.
Alright everyone, that wraps up the video. Lastly, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, which is Squarespace. I've been using Squarespace for almost 5 years now. I host 2 websites with them, both my personal portfolio and my wedding films website. It's a powerful all-in-one tool that lets you create a professional website, market your business, host a portfolio, sell products, and so much more. Squarespace has a ton of aesthetic templates to choose from, and editing the contents of your site could not be simpler. The e-commerce integration allows you to get your business off the ground quickly and easily with tools like inventory management, a simple checkout process, and secure payments. The customer service is responsive and helpful as well. Go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch your site, go to squarespace.com/Brae or use code Brae at checkout to receive 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. The link and information is in the description below.